Good day, good evening, good night, good day, wherever you are. I just hope you're having a good one. Let's get into this video. So, this is what it's like having this man claim he not a narcissist. This is what it's like having a narcissist as a parent. That think it's okay to gaslight you and manipulate you and lie to you. Have you question your reality? The next scene, whatever you about to see, is of me sending my last DMs to him from our last most recent conversation. Because like I said, after going over to this man's house on my birthday to see if he was home, he didn't answer the door. I went over there again to his house early November of last year. And he just so happened to be driving in his car, pulling into his garage, and I parked on the side of his house, and he seen me, and I got out and gave him a hug and told him that I loved him, and he said that I can come by over, and I just had to act accordingly. So at that point, like I said, I'm thinking he's gonna reach out to me because he had me blocked on social media, try to text my number or let me know, hey, like, you can come over, we can talk, we can, whenever you're ready. Because, like, I don't want to just keep going over there. Like, without you making sure it's okay. Not only are you comfortable with me just coming over there, but I'm comfortable with you allowing me to come over there and work on what we need to work on. But no, he didn't. He didn't reach out. So I was getting irritated. I was getting triggered, like I said, because his Instagram popped up on people that I may know. And I was typing on his pictures and then sending him DMs about him being a narcissist. So yeah, this isn't all of our conversation, but this is majority of the conversation. I left little minor details out. But yeah, y'all get the point. Okay, you guys, so I'm not going to read the DMs, the messages going back and forth. I was. But I'm just going to let you guys follow along, read for yourself. And I'm just going to comment if I see something that needs commenting on it so that you guys can get an understanding of what I'm saying from my perspective. So as y'all can see, this conversation starts off with me sending a DM of a reel stating that narcissists pretend to heal because I clocked him. Like, I can see that he's a narcissist and he's definitely not healing the way that is healthy for us in our relationship. Like, if you are truly on your healing journey, we should have a better relationship than this. That's the problem. Every single time one is trying to hold a person accountable or responsible for their bullshit as a Christian representation of God, one wants to always bring up God or Jesus or Christianity as if that's going to save them or something. No, you're being rebuked as a Christian trying to represent God, being a liar, period. And I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you accountable as a Christian representation of God. Like, I don't think he even understands him being a Christian and him representing that religion is the reason why I'm holding him accountable as my father, as a man of God. Because as you can see, he's trying to make it seem like he's doing better than his wife simply because his scores were lower than hers on the MPD test. But you are dealing with narcissists, period, if you have a wife who's one. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not affecting you simply because your scores were lower than hers. If you have a wife who is not holding you accountable because she doesn't care how you look or the relationship with your children looks, as long as hers with her sons looks okay. Like, you don't understand how your constant traumas with finding a relationship that works for you has caused division between you and I, because you've been too busy focusing on those relationships instead of the relationships that you need to prioritize, which are your children, period. You're too busy trying to have a girlfriend and a wife and a mistress and a side piece that you aren't prioritizing your children. That's the problem. That's why I'm holding you accountable. Because to this very day, you choose a fucked up marriage over having a healthy relationship with your own fucking kid that you have yet to have a healthy relationship with. And yet you claim that you're healed. And yet you claim that you have a relationship with Jesus. You have a relationship with God. You claim that you're a healed Christian man. I would like to see that with my own two eyes. And I would like to believe that with my own two eyes. Because I'm tired of hearing lies and not seeing actions. Period. And then you say things like, oh, yes, none of that is your fault. None of that is the responsibility of a baby. So you do understand that as the foundation of our relationship, it was unstable. You and my mother's relationship was unstable. That's the foundation of our relationship. That's what our relationship has been built off of. So what you're not about to do is keep on trying to manipulate me and confuse me, telling me that one minute you agree with me and you understand me and I have every right to feel how I feel, and then the next minute I'm a problem. The reason why we don't have a relationship is because of my personality. It's because I'm unstable. It seems like you, out of all people, telling me not to put no blame on anybody is just simply trying to put blame on everyone else but yourself. Period. If it's not me that you're trying to blame, it's your parents that you're trying to blame. Because I didn't even bring your parents up. You brought them up. And as you guys can see on these text messages, he was the first person to bring up his mom and his dad. I didn't bring up my grandma or my grandfather. He brought them up. So clearly, he's still traumatized by whatever relationship they have with each other. Mind you, this conversation isn't about him and his traumas. It's about me and my traumas with my parents, which is him as my dad. So that's why I'm letting him know, like, the reason why we can't work on our relationship and have a healthy relationship with each other is because he's too busy trying to get his dick wet. He's too busy trying to feel adequate, like he's a man simply because he has a wife and children in a household. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you are a narcissist, it's all about what you have to the general public. And it's not necessarily how you're taking care of it, if you understand what I'm saying. Just because you're a firefighter, just because you put out fires for the public, doesn't mean you know how to put out fires in your own house. Okay? Literally. Doesn't mean you know how to put out the fires in the relationship with your children or with your baby mothers. Period. I'm going to be holding you and your wife accountable as two Christians who are supposed to represent God in the Christian religion. And you all haven't been trying to have a healthy relationship with me. I don't care how I come. If I'm coming off rude or if I'm coming off disrespectful, I don't care. I have every right to feel how I feel. And if you guys genuinely wanted to have a good relationship with me, despite how I'm coming off, then you would be pressing and pursuing a healthy relationship, despite if I'm coming off disrespectful or not, period. Because as you guys can see from part 2 and through these text messages, how many times has this man said he understands me and it's not my fault that I feel the way that I feel? So if you understand me and it's not my fault that I feel the way that I feel, you need to stop making excuses and blaming my personality as the reason why we're not having a healthy relationship with each other. You're trying to constantly put the blame on me and make excuses and put the blame on me like it's my personality. But in literally part 2, you're telling me how excellent of a personality I have. Figure it the fuck out, old ass man. I'm not about to keep on playing with you. And you're not about to keep on putting the blame on me because you can't hold yourself accountable as a fucking grown-ass man. You're an elderly adult at this point. You and your fucking wife. You're elders at this point. You're about to be fucking 50, almost 60, or almost 60 fucking years old, period. In 8 years, you're going to be 60. So you need to stop trying to put the blame on God or put the blame on your parents or whatever the case may be as to why you can't be a grown-ass man and take some responsibility for your relationships that you have with your children and why they're unhealthy or not. Period. I can't even believe this man told me that it sounds like I'm jealous of his wife. First of all, why would I be jealous of your wife? Make it make sense. And if I am jealous of your wife, it's because she has a better relationship with her father than I do with you. That's the only reason why I would be jealous of your wife. Because I will be damned if I had a marriage like that. There's nothing to be jealous. A marriage? Jealous of y'all marriage? Fuck no. I'm never jealous of y'all marriage. Okay? But jealous that a woman has time with my dad and I don't have any? Oh yeah, you damn right. You damn right. It ain't even about being jealous. It's about knowing what the fuck I deserve. Period. And this bitch is taking up all of my fucking time with my fucking dad. And it ain't nothing to be jealous about, baby. It's about what I know, what I deserve. Period. Fuck is you talking about? And it's about what I know that I'm supposed to be getting. Period. And any daughter who knows that they have a dad and wants to have a relationship with their dad, just like the dad wants to have a relationship with their daughter, no, it's going to be a jealousy type of relationship, bitch. Especially if you got another female all up in your fucking face, bitch. I don't give a fuck if it's my mom, bitch. Shouldn't no female be up in your face more than I am. Period. Point the fuck blank. I'm your fucking daughter, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Period. And you created me out of a wedlock, bitch. Period. You created me out of your fucking vows. So if anybody should be getting any fucking attention, it should be fucking me. I don't give a fuck. Period. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me either. Bitch. Yeah, I'm 25 years old. Just turned 25 at that, bitch. Maybe I'll be a changed woman when I'm 26. But yeah, 25, no fucking kids. And at the end of the fucking day, I'm tired of sitting up there having to worry about other grown-ass men wanting to take advantage of me because they don't think that I have a man in my life to protect me and to provide for me. Period. You're not about to keep on making excuses as to why you're not having a healthy relationship with your kids. And just because your kids are around you, just because they smile in your fucking face, just because they live with you, don't mean you have a healthy relationship with your kids. I'm going to let you know that right now. Just because you talk to your kids, just because they smiling, just because they live with you, don't mean your relationship is healthy. All right? And if you know that I missed out, don't expect me to act how you want me to fucking act. That's stupid. Don't sit up and tell me that I missed out. I know that I haven't had time with you the way that you needed it. I know that you still need time with me the way that you need it. And then have the nerve to tell me to act accordingly. I'm not about to do that. Who are you? And who are you talking to? You're not talking to me like that, telling me to act accordingly. Tuh. I'm not about to act for anybody except for the person who's cutting my check. All right? As an actress, are you cutting my check? Are you cutting my check for me, Father? To act? Okay, then that's what the fuck I thought. You can't even take me on a trip. But you expect me to act accordingly. You can't even take me shopping on a spree as you promised me, but you want me to act accordingly? Ha! Ha! You got another thing fucking coming. Ha! If you think I'm going to act accordingly and you can't even do what you said you were going to tell me to do. Now, I would expect for me to act accordingly if you actually did for me what you told me what you were going to do for me, idiot. Make it make sense. How you expecting me to act accordingly and you ain't even doing what you told me that you were going to do for me? But you want me to act accordingly because that's what you want me to do. You told me to act accordingly, so that's what you want me to do. If you think that's what I'm going to do, you got another thing coming, period. Fuck is you talking about? Anytime that I showed up to your house acting volatile, it's because you deserved it. You're not going to keep on lying to me, promising me things, and think that I'm not going to sit up there and treat you accordingly.
Just remember, guys, it's a cause for every reaction.
Just because you want me to act accordingly, don't mean that's what's going to happen. All right? I asked you to have a conversation with me. I didn't ask you to come up with all of these different ways to try and have a healthy relationship. I don't even care for material things. You asking me to make a list of things that I want so that we can work on having a healthy relationship, I don't even care for materials. That's why I was asking you to pay for my rent and my car note, because I don't care for no fucking materials, nigga. I don't care for no Apple Watch. I don't care for no fucking Louis Vuitton bag. I don't care for no fucking Coach. I don't care for no fucking shopping spree, my nigga. I was working and taking my own self shopping since I was 13 years old. Fuck, nigga, where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you? When I was working jobs at 13, 14, paying for my own fucking school clothes. The fuck? Don't sit up there and try to tell me all the things that you can do for me and want to do for me now, when all the things that I could have done and still want from you. You still haven't tried, like paying for my fucking studio time, nigga. You can still do that shit. But you want to pay for me some vocal fucking lessons. You could have been paying for me when I was 7 years old. When you found out that I was singing then. Were you paying for me were you paying for me fucking vocal lessons when you were having me singing at your fucking studio? Huh? You weren't trying to buy me vocal lessons then. You were just trying to have me on your track. You were just trying to have me recorded on your songs and shit. You weren't thinking about buying me vocal lessons then. You were just worried about me putting my vocals on your fucking track, nigga. But that's the time when you should have been buying me fucking vocal lessons if you actually gave a fuck about my career. If you actually gave a fuck about my voice maturing. If you actually gave a fuck about Ehnyla Tiye and her career. You would have been buying me vocal lessons then. But you were too busy trying to have me recorded on your fucking CD track so you can have some type of evidence and proof that your child was always a fucking superstar. Yeah. Don't sit up there and try to bring up all the times that I have been so-called volatile and angry when I have every reason to. Period. You only did things for you and for your benefit. Period. Don't sit up there and try to make it seem like I'm just this horrible person. All right? Because I'm not. You love to have me around. Period. And the only time when you don't want me around is when I'm trying to hold you accountable for your bullshit. Just like every narcissist would. You only want people around you when they're not holding you accountable. As soon as a person starts holding you accountable for your bullshit, then you don't want them around. Then they're a fucking problem. Period. I know the things that I do wrong. Period. And guess what? I don't make excuses for the things that I do wrong either. There's a reason for the things that I do. And guess what? I will do it again. Fuck is you talking about? Now what? Period. If I gotta go up to your door and bang on that bitch again and almost try to rip that bitch off the hinges, I will do it again. Cause you got me messed up. Period. You're not about to sit up there and lie to me like you're not a grown-ass, elderly, God-fearing Christian man. You're not about to do that to me. Period. You're not about to sit up there and tell me I need to work on my healing, and working on my healing is in fact working on my family. Period. I'm not about to go into this world and create relationships with people that are based off of trauma and trauma bonding and shit. I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do that. If I can't make friends with somebody and we can't be on our healing journey together, and we can't work on our healing within our family together, then we don't need to be friends, period. So that's why instead of making friends with or new relationships with people, I'm going back into my family and working on our healing together. Because at the end of the day, why would I want to sit up there and fight a random bitch on the street, fight with her, fight with him,
and them,
to try and save and rekindle our relationship when I have a whole family to do that with. That's stupid. If I'm going to sit out there and fight with the bad bitch or fight with the fuck nigga to try and have a healthy relationship with them, but I can't do that with my own family. That's stupid. I wish the fuck I would. Not going to happen. And you can't tell me how to react to things. You act out on a 10 for things that are a 2. You can't tell me how to react to things. You can't tell people how to react to things. No. You react to things at a 2 that are a 10. But me, I'm going to react to things at a 20 if they're a 10. Don't sit up there and tell me how to react to things. You can't tell me how to react to things. We all react to things differently. We all have different personalities. We all process things and understand things differently. You're not about to sit up there and tell me how to react. Period. I can control myself. Period. I'm an actress. I'm dramatic. I'm passionate. So if I react to things at a 10 that are at a 2 for you, oh well. Talking about my sisters, my little brother is fearful of me. False. Fuck is you talking about? Wrong. My little sister, my little brothers love me. Period. And every single time I see my little sister at her store, she sees me, she hugs me, and we have a good time together, even if it's for 2 minutes. Fuck is you talking about? My little sister loves me. Period. She would never be fearful of me. Period. Because she knows me. Period. And my little brothers, they know me too. And if they're fearful of me, it's because you planted that seed in their head. Period. Fuck is you talking about? Matter of fact, they should be fearful of me. They should be fearful that they could turn out like me if they don't hold you accountable. Period. And it's just crazy to me how 1 minute I'm baby girl and the next minute I'm a grown woman. Like, figure it out. That's that manipulating shit. Don't sit up there and try to manipulate me and confuse me so that I can act accordingly when you want me to. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me a baby girl 1 minute and then call me a grown woman the next minute, because you're manipulating me. Period. You're trying to have me think whatever you want me to think whenever you want me to. And that's not going to happen. I know what the fuck that I am. All right? I'm a baby girl and a grown woman. All in one. Thank you. Ha! Now what? Why you thinking that you can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me whenever you want to? Now I'm a baby girl. Do you see this? 1 minute I'm a grown woman. Next minute I'm a baby girl. Pick one. Pick one. Okay? Fuck is you talking about? Yeah, I'm a grown woman who's your baby girl. So you need to understand that we're going to keep on having problems if you want to keep on disregarding me. All right? Fuck is you talking about? The hell? Do you see how he want to keep on bringing up his parents though, y'all? But he claimed that he's healed from his parents' trauma. If you're healed from your parents' trauma, there's no way that you should be bringing up your parents. How could I blame my parents when the same sin is in me? Exactly. If the same sin is in you, when are you going to break generational curses, my nigga? Huh? You leaving it up to your kids to break the generational curses, baby. And I don't even have a husband or a child yet. Like I said. Oh, we're going to break these generational curses, yes. And I'm going to bring them right back to your ass. Because I don't have a husband. And I don't have a child. So, yeah, I'm going to bring it back to my father. But why are you bringing up your dad? Why do you keep on bringing up your parents? Why do you keep on bringing up your dad? Why do you keep on bringing up your mom? Why do you keep on bringing up your parents? I don't even understand that. Talking about he couldn't even have this conversation. I would be all types of bees and hoes if this was your dad. Why do you keep on bringing up your dad? Are you okay? Are you and your father okay? Clearly, you're not. Like, seriously. The sin is temptation
and instability.
Like I said, the temptation is your distraction. Your distraction is your wife. Like I said, that's the root of the sin, being tempted to not prioritize what you need to prioritize. That's the sin, being tempted to not hold yourself accountable and responsible for your priorities.
And if you really want to talk about the root of the sin of our relationship, where were you the first 3 years of my life? Were you with me, or were you with your mistress, whom you left my mother, who was your wife, for? Okay, I'll wait. 30 days after you divorced my mom, you married her. Where was my time with you?
You can take accountability for how I feel. It's called apologizing. But you see how he don't want to apologize to me? Because an apology without change is manipulation. Correct? Okay, then. But you see how he just said he can't take accountability for how I feel? When in fact you can. Because how you can't control how a person feels about you. You can only control your actions. Period. So if you can't apologize to me and then change your actions, it's because you're a manipulator. Period. Thank you for admitting that. Talking about you can't take accountability for how I feel. You can take accountability for how I feel as my fucking dad. Are you okay? What's wrong with you? And then you want to constantly keep on making excuses talking about who would want to have a relationship with a horrible man. I wouldn't. Are you okay? So you just don't want to change. Like, are you kidding me? You just don't want to change? You would rather just continue to be yourself and think that that is just okay. Because I never didn't say that I didn't love you for who you were. I just said that I love you for who you were. And loving you for who you are and trying to hold you accountable, and you're not responsible enough for that, and constantly distancing myself and loving you from a distance because you're not changing and you're not allowing me as your daughter to hold you accountable and responsible. I'm not going to keep on going through that cycle with you. I'm not going to keep on going through that same fucking cycle. And I'm not going to keep on attracting men that are like you because I'm constantly going through that same cycle. I'm not about to keep on doing it. I'm going to hold you accountable. Even if I got to do that in the public eye, I'm going to hold you accountable. You're going to be held responsible for your actions. Period. I am focusing on me. I'm focusing on me by focusing on the root of my problems. That's what he doesn't understand. I'm focusing on Nyla, and I'm focusing on Ehnyla's healing journey by focusing on the root of my problems. And the root of my problems are with my dad and with my parents and with my siblings and with my family. And because he is pretending to heal, he's a narcissist pretending to heal, he doesn't understand that. When you are a narcissist pretending to heal, you don't understand that on your healing journey, you have to start at the root in order to pluck it. A lot of y'all are pretending to heal because y'all not starting at the root. Y'all starting at the tip of the leaf, trying to pluck the leaf from the tip of the leaf. How is you gonna pluck the problem if you're not starting from the root? Y'all doing the most, and y'all lying to yourself, period. Not trying to handle the problem at the root, at the foundation, period. And that's what I'm trying to do as a person that's truly on their healing journey. I'm going to the root of my problems and trying to pluck those problems out, because that's the only way you're going to get rid of those problems, if you pluck it from the root. But now I need some serious deliverance and healing. As if he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? A narcissist always wants to make it seem like you're doing worse and they're doing better than you.
That's why I have to let him know that he's just projecting. Because I am coming from a place of love. This man don't even know how to spell. Like, get your grammar correct. And then he tells me something disrespectful, talking about I'm entertaining it because you're my daughter. So you're quote unquote entertaining my conversation of holding you accountable simply because I'm your daughter. But I'm pretty sure if I was your baby mama or your wife or a random woman on the street holding you accountable, you wouldn't even listen to me.
Wouldn't even take me serious.
You wouldn't even listen to me as a woman, period. Because you just think too highly of yourself as a man.
And this is why it's also highly important that fathers stay in their son's life and set the example and have a healthy relationship with them so that they can hold them accountable whenever they don't want to listen to their mother or their woman in their life.
As a child of God, I'm holding you accountable. And you're telling me that you're entertaining this conversation simply because I'm your daughter? So if I'm your daughter and I'm asking you to treat me like your daughter because you haven't been treating me like one, then you need to listen to me. If there's no way that I'm a grown woman, I'm baby girl, I'm your daughter every 2 seconds. But when I'm trying to hold you accountable as your daughter or baby girl or as a grown woman, it's a problem. You want to deflect. You want to make excuses. You want to put the blame on me or your parents. I'm not about to keep on doing this with you. And this is exactly why I'm putting all of this on YouTube. I'm putting it out to the public because you love to look a certain way in the public eye. So I'm going to let the public eye know that you like to look a certain way. Okay? And then trying to tell me what God thinks of me. How can you tell me what God thinks of me? Who are you?
It's giving the devil is a liar.
Talking about I have no clue how God feels, and neither do you. The hell? Who are you? The fuck?
And baby, I know my God is proud of me. Okay? Don't ever get it twisted. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about I get to tell people what they are and who they are and how they feel. I ain't been talking about nobody else but this nigga. He's my dad, and I very well have every right to tell him how he should be treating me.
And then you trying to sit up there and tell me that God ain't proud of me. Who are you? The devil is a liar. God is proud of me.
God ain't proud of your ass because you
What?
claim to be a man of God. Look how you're representing God.
And God is proud of me because I'm honest about my feelings. I'm honest about my fruits and my lifestyle. Okay? I don't sit up there and claim to be a Christian and then not do what Christians supposed to do. Okay? Christians are supposed to be forgiving. Christians are
1
supposed to be
Corinthians
patient.
13
Christians are
verses
supposed to
4
be
through
kind.
8.
And look at this. This is what you call a Christian? Like I said, I don't identify as a Christian. I don't identify with the Christian religion. This man does. Which is why he brought up Jesus. But clearly, you are nothing like Jesus. But that's what you Christians thrive to be like, right? You thrive to be like Jesus. Okay.
Trying to be like Jesus, but couldn't even turn a table over if it was dependent on your last breath.
Like, it's just honestly pathetic that this man can't take responsibility for
the foundation that he set for me and his family.
For his temptations. Period. And clearly you with your wife for a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
clearly you're only with her for a couple of things. Talking about, and my life is going quite well. I am blessed, blessed, blessed. Being boastful. Because if you are blessed and if your life is going quite well, then you would have a relationship with me. Period.
And as for your wife, all right, I have enmity because when I was 11, 12 years old, threatened to fucking fight me. I will never. And honestly, I don't I don't remember an apology from her for that. And if she did apologize, probably wasn't sincere or genuine enough because
my dad told her to do it. And do you see how he constantly wants to keep on saying to bring it to Jesus? I've brought it to Jesus. I brought it to God. And God told me to bring it to you. That's what nobody wants to understand, okay? My relationship with God is so tight that God told me to bring my problems exactly to the people who created them. If y'all don't understand that that's how God works, then you don't really know who God is. God didn't create the problems. The people on earth created the problems. And if you think that bringing the problems to God is just what's going to solve them, then you got another thing coming. You can bring your problems to God all you want, but guess what God's going to tell you to do? Work on them problems. That's why God said faith without works is dead. You can pray and you can bring the problems and have all of this faith that God is going to take care of them problems for you. But if you ain't put it in no work and solving those problems, boo-boo. You just going to be bringing things to God and not solving them. Creating more problems because you keep on bringing them to God, thinking that God's going to solve them. Now your relationship with God is stagnant and confusing because you think that God is going to do your work for you. Now you having a relationship with God that you can't trust God. You don't know what God doing because you don't understand the fact that you got to put in some fucking work. You don't understand it. Y'all don't understand. God told me as soon as I brought my issues with my parents to God to bring it right back to them. Because at the end of the day, they should know better and they should be doing better, especially representing God. And since you are the person that can hold them accountable because they raised you to be that way, then they should be able to listen to you. Since y'all are all under the same covenant or authority, correct? Right. But they don't want to listen. And like I had to let him know, I am taking ownership over my life. Okay? Being honest with myself. Okay? Just because you didn't do half the shit that your parents did doesn't mean that you were a good parent. Okay? And I'm going to need people to understand that. Just because you didn't put your kids through the same traumas your parents put you through doesn't mean that you are a better parent than yours. Okay? I'm going to need people to understand that. Healing, family, relationships, having healthy relationships, that shit is real. Okay? And coming from a Christian background, I am going to hold my Christian family members responsible and accountable for their representation of God, as if they don't have the Bible to give them instructions on how they should be treating people. Because one thing I've learned Christians love to do is want to sit up there, debate Bible scriptures and throw them back and forth and Bible thump
whenever they try to make someone else feel guilty about some shit they're doing. But I know the Bible too. And I know a scripture that says, do not provoke your children. Parents, fathers specifically, do not provoke your children. And I'm going to leave that shit right there at that. As y'all can see, he left me on scene. I did end up sending him my telephone number that he has yet to use. So yeah,
thank you guys,
that's why I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing. Don't question me.
And watching all 3 parts of my Calling Out My Dad series. I wanted to let you guys know that I'm not the kind of person that likes to dwell on negativity, okay? I'm not the type to harbor feelings either. And I was harboring feelings that I just needed to get out. How they came out. Do you understand? Because I am a respectable young woman, young lady, daughter. So every single time that I've been in my dad's face, it was always respect. I just needed to get my feelings out how they are supposed to come out authentically, which comes with a few passionate cuss words here and there. So yeah, that's my perspective. He has his own perspective on things, but it's not about him and his perspective. This is my YouTube channel, my perspective. If y'all want his, go ask him for his. But that's the conclusion of all 3 of these videos. Period. People are asking me, why don't you keep it private? Why don't you keep it private? Why are you bringing it to the public? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Because when you have a father who likes to bring things to the public, when you have a father that's constantly on social media, when you have a father that will be on social media and interacting with those people on his social media more than he interacts with you in real life, then you're going to bring shit to the public. That's what you do. That's what you do. When an elderly adult can't act like he can't keep things private, when an elderly adult, a person who is my example as a young adult, wants to act like he can't be, respect me the same way that I'm respecting him by giving him my time and energy and attention, don't sit up and tell me you're entertaining my conversation because I'm your daughter. Because what if I was not your daughter? You mean to tell me that if I were holding you accountable as a regular woman on the street, you wouldn't give me any time of day? But the only reason why you're entertaining this conversation of me holding you accountable is because you're my dad. And if you are my dad, Negro, since that's what you like to call me, Negro, since you're my dad, Negro, then I'm going to need you to get your act together, period. And yeah, I may be jealous of your wife because like I said, she has an elderly dad that treats her nice down in Georgia. I need you so that I can have boundaries so that other fuck boys out here can't think that they can get over on me because they know that I have a dad in my life who would hold them accountable as young men. Since you're such a humanitarian and you care so much about other people's family, like I said, it's time to care about your own. All right, boop? This ain't no game. You representing God as a Christian man ain't no game. You being prideful or boastful or whatever the heck you want to be ain't a game. That's an abomination, especially in the Christian religion. So at the end of the day, you can keep on playing with yourself and in your wife's butt, but you're not going to keep on playing with me. You're my dad. You're my fucking dad, okay? So if anybody want to get beat the fuck up because they want you more than giving you away to whom needs you, That's fine with me. We can get that shit bracking. That's another reason why I don't mess with your wife. Because when I was 11 years old, 12 years old, she wanted to threaten me to beat me up. Like I wasn't an 11 or 12-year-old and like she wasn't in her 30s. But I bet you your big-headed wife wouldn't dare use her parched lips to ever threaten me in my life again. Especially now that I'm a grown-ass woman. Because you don't do that to no kid. Especially after I accepted you and taken you in as a stepmother. You don't fucking abuse your power as an adult and threaten a young girl who's younger than you, who's literally a child, to beat her up. That's why I will never, ever in my being, ever mess with your wife. How you think I'm supposed to mess with her. If you ever think that I'm going to mess with that woman, how you think she's supposed to be messed with, you got another thing coming. Period. The next video of my calling out series is going to be about my family. So y'all get ready for that one. Yeah. Because I'm tired of my family acting like they so Christian. Oh, I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Want to call out everybody and their mama. When it comes to their flaws in their relationship with God, but don't want to check in with me. Don't want to drive their car. You driving your car to the nearest bar and restaurant to drink. But you can't drive to see your family member whom you so-called miss? Yeah, them the next videos, calling out series videos that's coming out. So y'all stay tuned and get ready for that. Because if you think this shit is a game, this shit is not a game. Y'all better be lucky that I ain't out here putting names on the YouTube, on the social media. Because I very well would and will. So don't try me and don't test me. But like I said, and don't worry about my mama neither. You ain't never gonna see me. I already have videos of her on my TikTok calling her out. So don't worry about her series. She ain't gonna need no series because we already doing that in the house right now. Outside of the video, you ain't even gotta worry about all of that shit. Oh, why you ain't making no videos of calling out your mom? Because I be calling her out in real life. Literally. Period. So we gonna have our videos together. When we talking about all of the things that we've been through, don't worry about that. But this concludes my videos of calling out my dad because that was our last interaction that we had. And since he keeps on disregarding me and not acknowledging me and my truth, I had to bring it to the public. Period. All right? Period. Okay? And if y'all don't like how I brought this shit to the public, then go and talk to that man about lying to me in private. Because at the end of the day, you're not about to do that to me as a Christian, godly, wannabe representation of God man. You're not about to do that. I don't give a damn who you think you are. I'm calling you out and holding you accountable as a man of God, Christian religion, faith. Period. You're not about to lie in me in private and be the devil in private, and in public you want to be, a youth pastor. Not about to happen.
Not on my watch.
You're not about to be preaching and praying over these youth and you lying about your life, lying about your marriage.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking
lying about your children, lying about your relationship with God. I'll be damned if I see that shit and don't call it the fuck out on an account of, I love you and I love Jesus and I'm not going to be combative. Fuck that. What did Jesus do when the church members was using God for their money, for their personal gain? What did Jesus do when the church members was exploiting and using God to make money? Jesus went inside of that damn church chapel and turned that shit the fuck up. So don't tell me what I need to do. The same people who called Jesus crazy was the same ones in repentance for crucifying him. The same ones that put Jesus on the cross was the same ones that was praising and kissing and bowing down to Jesus and God's feet after Jesus rose from the dead. So don't sit up there and tell me what I cannot and cannot do. All right. I don't even identify as a Christian. Y'all do. All right. Y'all do. So them scriptures and that Bible applies to you. So therefore, what the scriptures say? How can you love me, God in heaven, and you can't love your brethren whom you see with your own two eyes? Okay, then I'll wait. Out of the mouths of babes. Okay, I'll wait. What is that scripture that says, parents, you better not provoke your children. Come on now. Y'all the ones that's the Christians. Since y'all want to pull out all of these scriptures out your butts whenever it benefits you, let's talk about it. Exactly. Yeah. Y'all really don't want to get down with a real one, though. Yeah. Yeah. No wonder why y'all stay away from me. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not going to enable you. Fuck is you talking about? And I am going to hold you accountable and responsible for your roles that you've been playing or lack thereof. So, I'm about to roll up. I'm about to finish my commentary for this video. And yeah, I hope y'all like this video. Be on the lookout for the next calling out video, like I said, with my family. Mom's side and dad's side. Probably going to do dad's sides first. Period. So, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's a crew call. Make sure y'all share, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, so I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later.